Welcome to this Jeremy Bamber and White House Farm podcast Season 3. We've come together today to remember Jeremy's family: Nevill, June, Sheila, Nicholas and Daniel. The order of service today will begin with a poem by Emily Dickinson. Then there will be a tribute from the campaign, and next we choose a poem by Christina Rossetti to remember Nevill and June. After this, we're going to read a contribution from Jeremy himself about his memories of his family. This is followed by a poem by W.E.B. Yeats called The Stolen Child. And this is to remember Nicholas and Daniel. And there is a final poem by an anonymous writer called Where Are They Now? This short poem by Emily Dickinson captures how we all feel about the tragedies and our input in helping to free Jeremy. We are there for him when his family cannot be. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain. And this next section is written by Jeremy in memory of his family. In memory of my mum and dad, Sheila, Daniel and Nicholas. There are things that happen which make you think of loved ones who have passed. Sometimes it's an aroma carried on a morning breeze, or a tune heard on radio or TV show that you recall singing along together. Maybe it's an emotion brought on by a particular event, or it might be the everyday usual or mundane, or the out of the blue. Maybe it's thoughts that come along prompted by something we see that trigger us to think of those who have passed. However, whatever the cause, after such time has passed since the loss of my family, I find that the primary feeling that accompanies thoughts of them is one of love that seems ceaseless, that feels constant, and most of all, feels deeply comforting. Do you believe, as I do, that it is love which allows those who have passed to have an active and important part in our day-to-day lives? It's a blessing for me to know that I can reach out for the love of my family in times of worry, loneliness, or distress. I'm hoping that you can do the same with the loved ones who have passed in your lives. The thoughts that dominate above all others with me is what each member of my family would have gone on to experience in this world had the tragic event in August 1985 never taken place. It's not so much the big stuff. Maybe seeing Mum's radiant smile as she hears the early morning birdsong, or the boys giggling as Dad tells a joke that he told maybe 20 years earlier, with him giving me a sideways glance saying, "The old ones are the best ones," as we both groan and chuckle because it's still funny nonetheless. Just remembering my family is very important to me, as that way those who've passed on live on in our hearts and trigger many memories we can share with others who loved our loved ones too. It's almost 40 years ago that my beloved family passed away, but I will never forget them. Not now, not ever. Jeremy. Christina Rossetti's poem is in memory of Nevill and June and is read now by D. Sadler.
Remember by Christina Rossetti. Remember me when I am gone away, gone far away into the silent land, when you could no more hold me by the hand, nor I half turn to go, yet turning stay. Remember me when no more day by day you tell me of our future that you planned. Only remember me You understand it will be late to counsel then or pray. Yet if you should forget me for a while, and afterwards remember, do not grieve. For if the darkness and corruption leave a vestige of the thoughts that once I had, better by far that you should forget and smile, than you should remember and be sad.
Next, here's a tribute from the campaign team. Today, we remember Neville's warmth, his fun nature and courageous heart as a mosquito pilot. And we remember June's fierce intellect and brave work during the war. We remember Sheila's creativity and loving nature. We remember Nicholas and Daniel, beautiful boys with sweet natures. Although it is usually the family of the wrongly convicted who campaign, we stand in their stead. Many of us didn't know Nevill, June, Sheila, Nicholas and Daniel, but we have come to feel as though we did. We share Jeremy's fight for his freedom and in doing so honour their memory. We fight on their behalf as they would have fought for him were they here. Over to Dee Sadler now with our tribute to Nicholas and Daniel, with an extract from W.B. Yeats's poem on fairy folklore, where the fairies explain a world away from pain as an earthbound mortal.
The Stolen Child by W.B. Yeats. Where the wave of moonlight glosses the dim grey sands with light, far off by furthest rosses, we foot it all the night, weaving olden dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap and chase the frothy bubbles, while the world is full of troubles and anxious in its sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand.
And today our final prose poem is entitled Where Are They Now? By an anonymous author. Where are they now? They live in the old oak trees that border the fields as caretakers of our prosperity. The ones we love are still with us and wrap us in their love like once they did with their arms. They walk with us in the dark and the light. They live on in the breeze that blows waves into the barley. They are in the call of the blackbird, gull and lark. For as long as we remember, they shall not die. We wait until the time that we meet again, when they come to call and take us in their arms once more.